To fill with mine, cause we're awakening.
Exploring Your Dreams 2014, a live online class with Ragozzine, hosted by the Awakened Radio Network. When? January 25th, 2014 through April 10th. It's a bi-weekly class for 6 weeks. What time? 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. Where? The comfort of your own home. Do you know what your dreams mean? Do you know how they might be offering guidance and direction to you? Can you use your dreams to learn more about current or past issues? Want to find out? Ragozzine will bring you his insights, his intuition, years of research and personal one-on-one with clients into a bi-weekly class that lasts 1.5 hours here on the Awakened Radio Network. You can find out how to interpret, how to understand the messages in your dreams. Come to awakenedradio.net today. Look at the top where it says Exploring Dreams. Get all the information and register to find out dream analysis, dream symbols, dream fragments, forgiveness, health, abundance, meditation, stress, dream drama, archetypes, all manner of information that you need, step-by-step guidance, plus a lot of fun in a live classroom setting where you interact with other students as well as Rob as he walks you through the definitive, the best explanation of what your dreams mean and teaches you to interpret your dreams for your own wisdom and your own
Hi, this is Denise.
Remember, awakenradio.net. Look towards the top of the page under the banner.
Can you hear me okay?
Exploring Dreams. Get all the details, register, and sign up for Exploring Your Dreams in 2014 and beyond. Invite your family, your friends to join you.
Welcome. You're now tuned in to your Unfolding Senses on Awakened Radio. I'm your host, Rob Ragozzine. This show's all about opening up to and accessing your full intuitive capabilities, and we're all intuitive. I offer a wide range of topics, including everything from archetypes, chakras and dreams, to numerology and tarot. We also try experiments and exercises on the show, and for you to try later on when you're alone. The show airs every Thursday night at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, and it's brought to you by intuitionbyrob.net, where I offer other tips and tools related to show topics. Please join us every week and enjoy the show, and don't forget to invite your friends. And remember, we're all intuitive. Hello, this is Rob Ragozzine, your host, author, and explorer. Welcome to 2014. It's January 9th. Tonight we'll have a special guest interview, and our guest will be Denise Willis. Thanks for joining us, and if you have a question for Denise during the show, you can add Awakened Radio to Skype or call 334-649-7204. Your Unfolding Senses is about opening to your inner wisdom, and like I said in the intro, we're all intuitive. We talk about the tools and techniques for centering, connecting inward, and learning to truly listen. And you can come and join us in the chat room by coming to awakenedradio.net and clicking on the live chat tab, or call us on Skype or the phone. And the phone is 334-649-7204. I want to give special thanks to the two people on before me, Susan Kern with the Magical Life Playground and Donna with the Healing Circle. Now let's move on to the show this week. And Denise Willis, our guest, is a bereavement and spiritual coach, holistic practitioner, healer, medium, and soon-to-be-published author. She offers a variety of healing modalities and tools for helping her clients to be the best that they can be. Through her healing work, Denise pays close attention to her own intuition, providing precise healing sessions that help her clients feel loved, cared for, and supported along their journey to well-being. So let's give a hearty welcome to Denise. Denise, how are you tonight?
Hi, Rob. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm great. How is 2014 welcoming you?
2014 is incredible so far. My son and I just made this big move out to sunny California. So certainly the ringing in the new year and the warm weather as opposed to the coldness back east has been a treat alone. But it's a big year of transition for me. So I'm pretty excited to start it off feeling so good and warm in the sun by day.
Yes, I envy you in the warmth. It's been a balmy 10 degrees here for a few days, or even colder. Now, let's talk a little bit about 2014. Is there anything that you're noticing for your clients? It's a little early for that, but maybe there's particular themes that you might be noticing for yourself or your clients?
That's a great question. I have received a lot of calls in the last 2 days now that everyone is, sort of getting acclimated after the holidays and spending time with everyone they love. They're settling in and with this, with the new moon and the full moon and all these changes and shifts that come with the new year, I think people have felt really empowered by that. It's 2014, we're going to do all these amazing things. Let's go ahead and, make our brand new vision boards and our dream boards, our wish list for the future. And then, you get into that in about a week or two. And once you start to dive into the, those doldrums again of the cold and sort of, being stuck inside a bit, I find that what they're really feeling is what's going on inside them. It's not so much the weather or the fact that they've created all these tools for themselves. It's that they had, things to take their mind away from what's really inside them by focusing on the holidays. And now it's time to go inside themselves and figure out, what do I want to really do this year? Do I want to stay at the same job that I like, but, am I really on my spiritual journey? Love my family, love the kids, love my spouse, but there's something missing, and they're realizing now it's time to dive deeper inside themselves, not so much focusing on the working out. They're doing that too, but they're seeing more coming for what they're feeling in their heart and their spirit.
So they're taking time out to self-reflect and review and see what they'd like to perhaps set an intention for during the year, do you think?
Yeah, exactly. And all the things that they're feeling, I think it's time for them to start reaching out and getting the tools that they need to help them along that journey.
And are you helping them with any kind of recommendations?
Yeah, I have found, through the years, especially the last 10 years for myself, that there's a lot of tools out there, right? I think one of the most important things to know is if you really want to dive inside yourself and you want to figure out the things that make your heart and spirit feel a little lighter, then you really want to focus on some alone time. So the first, question I ask people, have you thought about practicing any sort of, deep meditation? And when I say deep meditation, I mean find yourself music that you think is really beautiful, it really calls to you. And not everybody likes the same thing, right? Some people meditate to heavy metal, and some choose new age music, whatever that may be, classical, spiritual sounds, Tibetan drums, things like that. If you take just about 15 minutes, just, spend somewhere where you can actually just be by yourself and focus on your breathing, where you take that really deep breath in, through your nose. You hold it as long as you can. And while you're breathing in, I would ask that you practice, what you would like to receive into your life. into your spirit. And then hold that breath as long as you can. And then when it's time and you're ready to release that, let it release from your entire body. And ask to release all the things that no longer serve you, but release them with love. And I find that if you do that, just 15 minutes, certainly it's wonderful to do it longer, but just 15 minutes helps you to really connect. And how many people can honestly say that's something that they actually practice on a daily basis? Right? When's the last time you did that?
That's a great tip, Denise. It's a way to step inside yourself. And when was the last time that you meditated? That's important to pay attention to, because a lot of people say, yeah, I meditate, but they meditate once a month. Whereas if you want to build yourself up, it could best be several times a week. And it doesn't have to be an hour. It could start out 15 minutes, like you say.
Right. I think
do you have any particular, you mentioned the breathing and the awareness, do you have any other particular forms of meditation that you practice for yourself?
I do, actually. I also like to go to the beach, which is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to move out to California. I found that most of the modalities I was searching for, and classes, workshops, retreats, most of the ones I loved tend to be more, out this way. So for myself, even in Connecticut, I used to do this as well. I find that when you walk along the beach and you really just, sit down and just listen to the sound of the ocean waves, the scents and all the smells that come with that, it's just so magical. I find that it really helps you to, release everything that's in your mind. It helps to clear out the cobwebs, clear out the things that are there. Though that always helps me. Certainly we can't always get to the beach, and some people don't live anywhere near the ocean. So again, I would focus on using music. I also like to use specific types of aromatherapy. I make some of those sprays myself, and I surround myself in the room with them. But more importantly, I find no matter what's bothering you, or even if it's just you want to have a light spirit, find something that you love. Take a bath if you want to. Find a beautiful piece of material to read and just sit with that for a while, or just sit in quiet and in silence. Those are some of the things that help me a lot. I'm sure there's a ton of tools that people could say. Maybe they want to get together with their friends and share cocktails or things like that. But I like to focus more on connecting to the inner spirit when I really need, to go deep and figure out what I need to do for my next step.
So it's about connecting inward, and unless you're cognizant of that, the alcohol can really keep you away from going inward. You're numbing yourself out again.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't it amazing? I'm in the corporate world out here for now in California. It's a really wonderful company. But I'm amazed at how many people are not enlightened by these type of things. They just nobody goes for massages or for energy healing work or any of those tools to help us along our journey. And few, I find it, and I ask them if there's any good books they've read lately or any movies they like to see. I'm really surprised at how many people say that they really don't do any of that. So the first question I ask is, well, what do you do for yourself? And they say in response, well, I get home from work and I change my clothes. I make dinner for the family, or my husband has made dinner, or vice versa. We hang out with the kids, whatever, there's homework to be done, books to be read, or just being with each other. So I say, okay, well then what? Then what do you do? And it's the same comment. I get, prepare myself for the next day. Maybe I'll go back online and check emails at work. And I ask that question, what do you do for you? Is this what your journey in life is supposed to be about? Are you just working every day? And maybe that's fulfilling to a lot of people, but I'm sure if you ask that question, most people would say that it's not. And once they realize what's missing is what's really going on inside themselves, they'll just continue on that journey. It's unfulfilling in so many ways. And how much more wonderful would it be if you just spent a little time for yourself, connecting within, doing whatever it takes to just, feel really peaceful, even if it's just for a short while each day.
They're not connected to their heart.
Right. And, it's not a religious thing. So many people say that, oh, it must be this Buddhist crap, or maybe, is it, this religious based, I'm not into that mumbo jumbo. And I say, wow, you're not into connecting to who you really are? Because that's what we're talking about here, not a certain God or lack thereof. It's not about that. I think for some people, certainly that goes in conjunction, but for those that don't have any connection to anything, you've got to start with something to help yourself first.
You need self-compassion and caring for yourself, and I think that's a core part of this year. It's taking time for yourself, asking, what do you want? What do you want to bring into your life now?
Right.
Now, do you help your clients to come up with their vision boards, as you mentioned, and to bring that vision into their lives?
Yeah, I think that's actually a lot of fun. And I like to do, a lot of workshops, and sometimes I do parties at people's homes. It's really a lot of fun. I like to make things, as simple and easy as possible so that people don't ever feel like it's a chore and, I'm not going to do this on Thursday night because I forgot I have to get, A, B, and C. Well, I like to take that away from them and say to them, okay, all I want you to do is, hold on to maybe 3 of your most favorite magazines. If there's pictures in it or some verses or sayings or quotes or things that you love. And if you want to go outside of the box of just capturing magazines, you can go online and print out some things or just get yourself, a box of your favorite colored markers or crayons or something like that. And then I bring the poster board, and we start off with doing some deep breathing meditation to really beautiful music. I love to do a lot with, herbs and aromatherapy, so I'll make a concoction of some kind of tea that I've put together, a little honey. You take the guesswork out of everything, right? You don't have to offer options. Here's a decaf blend of beautiful herbal tea. Everyone, I'm sure, will like it, or there's always water, right? And then we just sit, and once you do some deep meditation, it's guided meditation, and I talk them through it. Sometimes there's a little astral travel projection in that as well. But I find that people come back, and it only took maybe 15, 20 minutes where we did this exercise of you letting go. Everyone's eyes are closed. I use the aromatherapy. It smells amazing. It touches senses for some people in a really deep level. You create the space so that when we come back and we're done breathing, we're now focusing on what is it that we want to incorporate into our lives. Yes, you could put on this amazing car or this awesome new stove that you've wanted for years, But I find that most people put empowering notes, they want to increase more love. They want to feel more empowered, things like that. So they put this board together. And it's like, an art project from when you're a kid. It's so much pride goes into that and so much heart and soul that I remind them, when they take it home, put it in a place, where you can see it each day. And if it's just that time where you're looking at that board, I ask you, take a deep breath, close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and then ask to receive messages or little things to come into your world to help you know that you're not alone and you're supported along the journey. And then open your eyes and look at this beautiful board that you created and remind yourself of the reasons why you put all those things on your board. And when you focus on that and on that positive aspect, I have found that most people that create these boards within that year, most of those things have come true for them. And that's why in the next year, the start of the new year, they make a new one.
Denise, that's awesome. Can you lead us in a short meditation?
Sure, I'd love to.
10 minutes till break or so. So we have plenty of time.
Okay, good. So what I would ask everybody to do, and sometimes I love to do it with music, but for lack of disruption of what's happening on the radio today, I'd ask that everybody just close your eyes and sit so that your back is straight and you have both feet firmly planted on the floor. You want to relax your body, relax your feet, relax your legs, relax your belly. You don't have to hold it in for this. Just let it all go. And gently fold your hands in your lap, or you can put your palms facing upwards so that your arms feel most comfortable. Relax your hands. Relax your forearms. Relax your elbows. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. And let your head fall wherever it's most comfortable. And now I ask you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you do so, I want you to say these words within your mind. I am very loving. I am very worthy. I am a gift to the world. I am a gift to myself. I am open to receive so much love, light, peace, joy, and abundance in all ways for my highest good and the highest good of the universe. And if there's anything else you'd like to incorporate, I ask you to ask that right now. You want to hold that breath as long as you can. And then when you breathe out, let that breath expel from your whole body. Release it long and slow. And when you do this, I want you to say these words in your mind. I release all negative entities, all negative energies, and all negative earthbound spirits. I release them all with so much love and beautiful light. I want you to take another deep breath in. And this time I want you to hold your hands on your abdomen. And I want you to say these words in your mind. I am safe. All is well within my world, in my mind, in my heart and soul. And then when you breathe out with your hands still on your abdomen, I want you to say these words. I release all worry. I release all the things that no longer serve me well. I am open to receive so much love and light. Taking a deep breath in and letting it out slowly. And this time, I want you to hold your hands over your heart and hold them over your heart so that you feel like you're giving yourself a beautiful hug. You're hugging your heart. I want you to take a deep breath in again. And this time I want you to say, my heart is beautiful. My heart is so full of love and light that it fills every day with even more. So much so that I love to share my heart with those in my life. I send love to them. I send love to the universe, asking that it reach all those in need. And when you take a beautiful deep breath out, with your hands still over your beautiful heart, I want you to say these words in your mind. I release all past hurt and pain, for that was all meant to help me along my journey. Lessons to learn along the way. And today is the day I move forward with love in my heart. Then take a deep breath in one more time, this time opening your eyes and coming back to center. How'd that feel?
Thank you, Denise. That was wonderful. Would you mind having a write-up so that people can do that again, that we can put on the forum?
I'd love to do that, actually. I'm actually also working on some meditation music and CDs for meditation hypnosis, about 15 minutes long as well. So I'd love to share all those tools with you to help people.
Okay. Now we have about 4 minutes until break. Can you share how people can reach you?
Yes, actually, you can, if you'd like. You can reach me on Facebook. My site there is just my name, Denise Willis. I also have my center. It's Secret Garden Holistic Healing Center. And also, if you want to go just to my website to find out more information, if you just type in your browser http:// it's just denisewillis.com. Easier to find that way as opposed to putting it into, Bing or Google.
And do you have any upcoming shows or appearances where people can come and meet you?
I'm working on some things right now. When I do have, stuff to put together, I'll definitely share that with you. I do a lot via Skype with people, certainly telephone and email. So, feel free to also email me if you like. And again, all that information is on my Facebook site as well as my website.
And people can reach you on Twitter and Facebook and email, and you're active and you'll get right back to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I work full-time as well, I tell people they can certainly text me, but I prefer that they email me directly because I'm in there all the time checking that and I can respond right away. And my email is healing.with.denise@gmail.com.
Okay, so they can come to your website, they can go to your email, and they can reach you with no problem, and you'll respond right back to them as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we'll be going into break soon. When we come back, we'll have the phone lines open, 334-649-7204, or at Awakened Radio to Skype, and you can ask Denise a question about how she works or whatever comes to mind about the healing modalities that we're talking about tonight. And you can also come to the chat room by coming to awakenedradio.net and clicking on the live chat tab. And we'll be talking more with Denise when we get back from the break.
Cause we're awakened, you won't catch us sleeping through the fight. And like we're all eyes open, showing our inside and light so bright. We are awakened.
Exploring Your Dreams 2014, a live online class with Ragozzine, hosted by the Awakened Radio Network. When? January 25th, 2014 through April 10th. It's a bi-weekly class for 6 weeks. What time? 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. Where? The comfort of your own home. Do you know what your dreams mean? Do you know how they might be offering guidance and direction to you? Can you use your dreams to learn more about current or past issues? Want to find out? Ragozzine will bring you his insights, his intuition, years of research and personal one-on-one with clients into a bi-weekly class that lasts 1.5 hours here on the Awakened Radio Network. You can find out how to interpret, how to understand the messages in your dreams. Come to awakenedradio.net today. Look at the top where it says Exploring Dreams. Get all the information and register to find out dream analysis, dream symbols, dream fragments, forgiveness, health, abundance, meditation, stress, dream drama, archetypes, all manner of information that you need, step-by-step guidance, plus a lot of fun in a live classroom setting where you interact with other students as well as Rob as he walks you through the definitive, the best explanation of what your dreams mean and teaches you to interpret your dreams for your own wisdom and your own answers. Remember, awakenradio.net. You look towards the top of the page under the banner where it says Exploring Dreams. Get all the details, register, and sign up for Exploring Your Dreams in 2014 and beyond. Invite your family, your friends to join you.
Welcome. You're now tuned in to your Unfolding Senses on Awakened Radio. I'm your host, Rob Ragozzine. This show's all about opening up to and accessing your full intuitive capabilities, and we're all intuitive. I offer a wide range of topics, including everything from archetypes, chakras, and dreams, to numerology and tarot. We also try experiments and exercises on the show, and for you to try later on when you're alone. The show airs every Thursday night at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, and it's brought to you by intuitionbyrob.net, where I offer other tips and tools related to show topics. Please join us every week and enjoy the show, and don't forget to invite your friends. And remember, we're all intuitive. And we're back, and we're talking with Denise Willis. And if you have a question for Denise, you can call us at 334-649-7204. Join us in the chat room or at Awakened Radio to Skype. Now, Denise, let's talk a little bit about your new book that's coming out.
That's exciting. It's been 9 years in the make, so it's pretty big for me. And I'll try to sum it up in a short amount of time, so don't take up too much time. I lost my beautiful son to cancer at age 18 about 10 years ago. And I personally felt that there were so many wonderful books and so many wonderful workshops and, people to talk with and to see, but it didn't really help me on a deeper level to help my spirit to heal so that I could, move forward, and move forward with it, still part of me. He was a special child and one that was really, really close to me from the time he was born. So my book is actually about our story. Since I was a kid, I've had this gift of knowing, this gift of intuition, and I put together all those wonderful things, about 10 years ago and dove into all sorts of other avenues and modalities. So this book talks about the process of, having a child that you connect to early on in life, and a little bit about the journey of the two of us. But more importantly, the story is actually about the process of going through grief and just how debilitating it is to come out the other side and not wanting to, go to heaven with your child. It tests your faith, if you have any faith. Certainly I lost quite a bit when that happened. It talks about attempted suicide and the experiences that my son and I both shared. The most important part of the story is that, it's helping you by connecting to all those people that have gone through it and that will go through it, because it's definitely a reality. We're going to lose someone in our life that's really close to us, and unfortunately, in a lot of cases, it is our children, which is a whole different set of feelings than it would be for someone else. I learned that myself the hard way pretty quick. So with this story, it comes a piece of information that helps you by offering some tools and avenues for you to really dive into your spirit and help yourself learn to heal. And one of the tools that I like to share in there, it talks about connecting to him, where he is now. And just because, I'm a spiritual medium, or I have this gift of knowing, and know when he's around, I can hear him and feel him. That doesn't mean that other people can't as well. It certainly is something that everybody can have. And sometimes it's just a matter of making peace, knowing that your child is on the other side or wherever you believe them to be. But how do you heal yourself? And what about all the people that don't have a spiritual connection or believe in anything like that? That's what the world is. Everybody has something different that they feel. There's many people that are atheists, right? There's many people that, question all of that. So this dives in. I don't pull any puns or hold back on anything. It's short, it's sweet, it's really to the point, it's deep, but it offers tools to help people connect to their spirit so they can heal and continue along their journey, learning to figure out what their life purpose is all about. It's not about glorifying their dead child, right? It's not about, trying to find a cure for cancer. Certainly I dove into all those things as well, because that's what we do when we lose someone to that. But that's what that's about. It's about helping people to connect to their spirit within and to learn to help themselves heal and live a more fulfilling life, knowing that, that hole in their heart's going to be there, but learning to move forward with it.
Now, do you offer any kinds of exercises around grief, Denise?
Yes, and actually, that's the important one. I find that to be a pretty sensitive topic, and I do some special healing work, distance healing especially, where I can guide these individuals through spiritual meditation, but I also do angel card readings and spiritual connection as well. With that really comes more the focus on helping them to practice some of these tools for themselves. And I wouldn't want someone to say, okay, Denise really helped me by doing this, this wonderful guided meditation. Well, now, I can't call her every week. I don't have that in my schedule. I don't do it that way. It's more to offer them tools that they can practice themselves. I would encourage them to seek other avenues as well, some, energy healing and things like that on a monthly basis, just to keep themselves feeling supported along that journey.
What about having a good support network of their own and perhaps seeking out counseling or therapy or whatever is required?
Exactly, whatever feels best to them. And, for a lot of people, too, they'll say, they've done some things that they thought were great, but they've always felt, and I have been through this myself, where I felt that there wasn't enough support after, They were certainly there for me the whole time that I was going through it, but after, it just sort of all disappears and dissipates. What I had to learn was it was time for me to help myself first before I could really get out there and help anyone else.
Denise, I was asking about the grief question to see if that was covered in the book.
Yes. It is definitely covered in the book.
So you have exercises and ways in which people can connect with their grief and help to heal it and let it go.
Exactly. There's a little workbook towards the back as well to help them. It asks them some, pretty deep questions that once they write down the answer to that, it's something they can go back and reflect upon and do some meditation on as well.
Now, do you recommend any kind of personal creativity or artwork, Denise?
I do, actually. I find that it depends on who the person is and what they like. But yes, most of us have not been blessed with the gift to draw or paint. But I do find that if you love watercolors or you love crayons, find yourself a blank piece of paper, and once you focus on doing some of these meditative lessons, write down or draw what you feel. Paint that, or paint something that you want to feel, and it's something you can focus on, and maybe you could do it each week just to see how much that drawing changes.
I know I work with my own crayons, well, the pastel crayons. They seem to be the easiest for me, and clay. Just had a little bit of some of that get ruined, but that's okay. That's an opportunity to create some new stuff.
I've always found that.
What's that?
I've always found that to be a nice thing to do, and even if you're not good at it, it tends to take your mind off things because you're actually focusing on doing something else.
It helps me to really step outside of all the thinking and just concentrate on the doing. I don't call myself an artist. I just recognize the power of the creativity, whatever it is. Whether it's working with crayons or welding something, it's still creative.
Exactly. It's a wonderful way to be. I love that. I love to cook, too. I find that to be very therapeutic as well.
What do you like to cook?
Oh, I love to make soups. I love to make cookies and pies and things that we shouldn't really be eating, but I've learned over the years how to doctor them up to make them most healthful today. So I tend to make things more along the healthier lines these days. So, concoctions and cocktails that are, with some herbs and greens. It's pretty good stuff. A lot of fruit as well. Whatever makes you feel good.
Yeah. I love working with my high-speed blender. It does a great job.
Those are great. For many things.
Now, what about compassion and self-forgiveness?
Now that hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? I will tell you what helped me and what shifted things for me. My son passed in 2003. And in 2008, I actually saw a movie that changed my life because I realized when I watched this movie that I had not forgiven myself. And I thought, why do I need to forgive myself? Do you know, I didn't even realize I was so upset by this point in time that I felt that, my son had a choice. He didn't have to leave that soon, And I felt so guilty by feeling that way because it always felt that, you can choose your end time, or you have something that comes. And I was so angry in some of those aspects, too. Certainly no one asks to have cancer, but, part of me felt, did he give up? Did he give up too soon, And these are things that, a parent definitely goes through because our role in life is to take care of our children no matter what we have. We give them all that we can, and we certainly take it from them and go through it ourselves. But, as a parent, that I have no regrets for anything in life. I feel like I didn't miss anything. There wasn't anything that I could say regretted not doing. But the feeling of being angry for him leaving, or, angry at my ex for leaving at the same time, is a pretty hefty burden to carry. So when I was finally able to really release that and forgive myself and forgive them and forgive, my ex especially, that's when it felt like the weight lifted from me. It was like I could breathe again. I didn't even realize my lungs could, expand that much. That's a big thing. It's not necessarily forgiving an action. It's forgiving something that you feel the most connected to, so that you could actually release that and move forward in your life and move forward without carrying that. And that's the greatest gift of all.
Denise, do you have any kind of mini exercise to let go of the past or to do the forgiveness within yourself?
Yeah, that's similar to what we did before about, holding your hands over your heart and breathing and saying the words out loud. I find most people when I'm working with them, doing healing work, that they can't even say the words. They think they can, and when they're actually holding their stomach or their heart and breathing through it, they cry. It's an intense emotion. So I say the best and most important thing for you to do when you are going to dive that deep is to surround yourself in beautiful music, and definitely use candles if you like. Call in the angels and guides or whatever you're most connected to, and say those words, but say them out loud. When you really need to release, you say them out loud and ask for love and light and peace and all those beautiful things to fulfill you and to fill that space. Whatever you release, you want to receive something in its place to fill it with love.
So to make sure to do both, to let go of something but to allow something else?
Yeah, I find that you want to always give and receive, simultaneously. When you release something negative, you release it with love. When you want to receive more love and light, you ask for that and are thankful to have it as well.
And light your candles, use aromatherapy, use incense, whatever, to make whatever's appropriate for you to make the room comfortable, inviting, to make it seem like it's important. And it is. It's about making you important.
That's right. It doesn't take much time. It's a lot less time than people think. And, when you lose a person, you lose someone you love, and definitely it's all different for people. Whether it's their parents, their mother, their father, their sister, their loved one, boyfriend, girlfriend. There's a depth of despair that comes, and in order for you to feel a lighter heart, because you know how much pain is inflicted there, you have to do some things to help yourself. If you can't do it alone, it's the time to seek someone who can actually help you with that. And when we do these things together, we do these meditations. They're guided meditations. Whatever it takes to help you along the journey, know that you're never, ever alone. That's what people really want.
Not only to be there for yourself, but to be there for the other people going through the same thing that you are.
It's wonderful when you can, and how do they say, pay it forward, when you can share that. If it's just one person who knows someone and can offer them a wonderful tool, and it could just be one visit or one phone call, those are the things that stick with them. Because when you do get depressed and you go within yourself to a darker place, it's out of, fear and hurt and pain. It's debilitating and really hard to come out of. So if you have the support, and I wished I had this 10 years ago. I didn't have anyone there for me that could do any of this or even had it. And certainly I couldn't seek it because I wasn't in a place to want to share. It was too deep for me to want to, put out there.
So it's finding a way to take those initial first steps to do your healing work.
Right.
Denise, do you instruct your clients to work with the shadow? Which is the kind of things that we blocked about ourselves that we don't want to pay attention to, whether it's good or bad. So not believing in ourselves, not wanting to believe in ourselves.
I do, and those are the sessions I find to be the most intense, when we really, they're usually a combination, even though, I offer certainly a lot of different services. In most cases, they're a whole bunch at once. So we'll start with breathing meditation. We'll maybe do an angel card reading, and then we'll connect. And then it's really having them breathe while I'm doing the healing, because I do distance healing as well. When I have them hold certain parts of their body from, where they are, and I'm certainly here, I know they can feel that energy, and that really helps a lot, so that they are supported as they're releasing the shadow, or connecting to it to help them release it. And they really need that support. It's too hard to do on your own sometimes.
Now, do you help them connect to their own intuition, Denise?
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's very easy to do when you're open and willing to receive that. And that's all part of.
What's a good quick tip on connecting to your own intuition, Denise?
I like to tell people this. If you would like to do that, I would encourage you to sit somewhere where you're most comfortable. Light a candle and play some really beautiful, soft music. Do some of that breathing meditation and keep your eyes closed. After about 15 minutes, maybe half hour, whenever you're most comfortable, once you've done that breathing and you've clearly emptied your mind so that nothing's there anymore other than you focusing on your breathing, that's the time in which you can actually connect to yourself. And the first question I would ask you to ask, you would want to say, I am open to receive messages from Divine, surrounded in love and beautiful white light. Please help me to see and feel and learn all the things I'm meant to help me along my journey. And you could certainly say anything else that you feel most comfortable about. When you ask for that, and you're really ready to receive, that's when it's like, a shade has been pulled up, another layer of the onion has been peeled back, so to speak. And that's when you'll start to feel things and you'll start to connect more. And I've had people say sometimes it feels like the room is brighter, everything seems brighter, or, they can smell things much more strongly than they could have done in the past, things along that line. I just think it's amazing when you can really let yourself go and be open and not be afraid. When you call in, your guides and your angels and you ask for things to surround you, you know that you feel the most loved. If you feel anything around you that's negative, then that's when I ask you to say, you release all negative energy and entities, and that's what helps you get along the other side. It helps a lot. But those are the tools that I would say to use, because that's what opens you up so that you could be connected to your own spirit and things will start to happen.
Now, Denise, what about people who see recurring symbols or have intense dreams? Can you help those people?
Yes. I would like to say that it's really important for people to write down what they remember. Keep a pad by your bed, because dreams tend to come in the twilight hours, which are the middle of the night. So once you do that, as soon as you wake, write down all that you remember before second-guessing anything. And those are things you can sort of decipher and interpret when you're ready. Something you can share with someone, they can help you through it. But it's really important to pay attention to that, because those are messages for you and something to follow. And they're usually pretty right on, unless they're crazy, crazy dreams. And then I would say to you, don't have that chili dog before bed.
Or at least review what you're eating before bed.
Exactly.
Now, Denise, we are coming to the end of the show, unfortunately. Can you share your links again so that people can find you?
Yes, you can email me at healing.with.denise@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook under Denise Willis or Secret Garden Holistic Healing Center. And again, my website, from the very top of the toolbar, just put in, after the www, just put in denisewillis.com.
And your book will be coming out when?
Very soon, very soon. More to come on that.
More to come on that. But they can find it on, can you mention where they can find it at?
No, not yet. I'm in the work.
Yet?
Yeah, I'm working on some things with a publisher. It's sort of like a surprise. I've got some music and things coming out with it too, so it's coming soon.
So look for a big surprise.
A wonderful surprise.
A wonderful surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And they can reach you on Skype as well, and email, and no upcoming shows or events of importance, but look for you to be promoting yourself soon.
That's right.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on the show, Denise. It was great having you. Thanks for the exercises. It was very, very, very nice.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I love being here with everyone.
Well, thank you. And we'll have the show up on the forum, and if you can have the meditation sent to us, we can put that up in the forum as well.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay. Now that was Denise Willis, and you can contact her at the links that she provided during the show, and I'll have those up in the forum as well. So look for those to come shortly. Now, we have a number of interesting things going on here at Awakened Radio. We have a GoFundMe campaign so we can have streaming video and more classes and all kinds of fun stuff. So you can find that button right in the middle of the page when you come to the chat room, and that lets us get the gear that we need to get, such as new computer equipment, new hosting, all kinds of great stuff to do this kind of training and live video interactive courses. So please do find it in your heart to click that button and give us $5 or $1, whatever you can. We're not asking for your grocery money. We're just trying to spread the word about how to help people and offer all kinds of classes and our wisdom, and it can be greatly appreciated if you can find it in your heart to go there and click that button. I also have my very first dream class here at Awakened Radio coming up, so that starts on January 25th. You've probably heard the ads for it. It's an opportunity for you to step inside your own dreams and explore them, even if, like what Denise said, you don't remember them. You can work with the fragments that you do remember and begin to process them and bring healing to your life, but also to bring the message that the dream brings out into your life and work with the wisdom in that way. It's like getting a phone call and not answering it just by writing the dream down. By working with the dream, you answer the phone call and begin to work with that knowledge. And that's what we'll be doing on the ongoing class. It meets for 6 weeks, every other week, and it's a great opportunity to begin exploring your dreams. And if you say to yourself, I never remember my dreams, well, we'll work with that too, because you can create your own dreams just by writing a little story down and working with that. So we'll have fun, and it can be dynamic and entertaining as well. Now, we also have an opportunity here at Awakened Radio to become a host, and I think Donna is working on making some changes, but when that is ready for you, we'll let you know. And if you've been thinking about hosting your own radio show, this is a great opportunity to be doing that. It's a new year, and if you've been thinking, oh, I should do it, I know I was a year and a half ago, I should do that, and that's what I was thinking, but I've never really pushed myself forward. I had to have people ask me to do it, and more than once. So I'm asking you now to come and join us here and become part of the Awakened Radio Network family and become a host. And that's your opportunity. You heard it here. Come join us here and contact Donna through Facebook or Skype if you'd like to talk more about hosting. And please do that. Don't forget, we really want to hear from you.